Hi, my name is Josh Walden. I'm the president here at Websites for Anything. And today what I'd like to do is just quickly go through our project roadmap. The project roadmap explains the process that we follow for each and every project. And I'm going to go through it as sort of a general description that will hopefully answer most of your questions. Every project has its own nuances that will adjust this slightly. But overall, the path is the same. And one of the great things about the project roadmap and the process that we follow is that it allows us to deliver a consistent result on time in a timely and predictable fashion. It allows us to work together well. So the first thing I want to do is talk about the first line here. If you're seeing this video, it's very likely that we've already met, maybe on the phone, and we've already come up with a plan. And typically the next step would be to provide you with this project roadmap and oftentimes a ballpark proposal. And if everything on that ballpark proposal makes sense, then we'll move to a more detailed written agreement. And at that point, there's a down payment. And once that down payment is received, we schedule your kickoff meeting. Now, your kickoff meeting is with your client representative. And that meeting can take place kind of whenever our schedules go together. It's usually a few days to a week after the agreement is reached and the down payment's received. And in that kickoff meeting, what you'll talk about is primarily the design of the website. You will review some of the things that you've already talked about with our team. And you'll also go over the content of your website, making sure that there is a plan for each page, for the home page. And one of the interesting things is that we leave that meeting with a sense of the design and the direction that's going to handle, and we can get started on that. And you leave that meeting with usually homework that you need to do to prepare your content for your website. So then we go to the design and write phase. And during the design and write phase, we are creating the design of your website. And that is a lot of fun for us. And this phase takes about 2 weeks usually. While we are designing the website, you will be writing your content and sending it over. Now on some projects, we'll actually be writing the content for you. But the majority of the time, as the expert, you are writing your content. During the kickoff meeting, just to back up a little bit, we'll usually also help you outline your content so you have a great jumping off point. We can give you some examples, some prompting questions to kind of get the brain churning, etc. So you have about 2 weeks to write your content, and you can be sending that over to us through email, or we'll provide you a Dropbox link. You'll be sending your image files, any images that you specifically want added to your website, although we can use stock imagery as needed as well. So you'll have a Dropbox link to upload those sorts of things. You'll have email address of your client representative. And after about 2 weeks, we'll come back for content and review 1. In review 1, we'll show you the design of your website, and we'll get your feedback. We'll talk about what might need to change, be adjusted, anything that we wanted to show you that we thought of since the last meeting, just being able to see all those ideas sort of played out. And we'll also review your content, make sure we have everything, there's nothing missing, etc. So once we have your content and we have any feedback on that review, some folks like to have an extra day or two to sort of think about it or reflect on it, sleep on it. Then we start the build phase, and during the build phase, we revise the design as needed. We build out the working pages of the website, and the build phase typically takes 2 weeks. If a website project is going to be about 15 pages or less, it's usually 2 weeks. It's going to be more than 15 pages, it might take a little longer. That's a general guideline there. And once that's completed, we come back together for review 2. Now in review 2, we are going to be able to show you the revised design of your website and all the pages working, built out and working. And of course, there's always some discussion points to go over and some feedback to receive. From there, another 2 days to sleep on it if you like. 2 business days is usually what people look for. And then we come back, we finalize the website. Finalizing the website takes anywhere from a week to maybe a week and a half, really to finalize and then to take the website live or to launch it. During the whole process, your existing website, if you have one, can stay up and can stay live. We'll just make the switch when it's time to launch, and then we'll go into support. So overall, it takes 5, maybe 6 weeks to design and build a website maybe a little bit on that longer end if it's over a 15-page website, but that's about how much time it takes, and that's the process you can expect. We found this works very well as long as everybody's in communication and our meetings go well. Obviously, you can reschedule around vacations and things like that, and that can add a little bit of time sometimes, but that's the project roadmap, and that's how long it takes.